Hello, Futties, and welcome back to Foot in Review, powered by footcoaching.com. Today, we will be discussing, of course, Serie A team of the season. While my co-host is actually crying off the jokes he makes before the podcast starts. My name is John, and like I said, we'll be talking team of the season. We'll be talking about a price increase in FIFA points, and we'll be talking about red picks. Do we get another? And when can we actually get these other red picks? We'll talk about it with, of course, let's start by introducing my dear friend all the way from Norway. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the king of the north, the foot gaffer, the man that has so many nicknames that if I want to continue this list, it would end the podcast. But it's good to see you, my friend. Ingve, how you doing?
Good evening, John. Good to see you too, and Chris, of course. I'm doing quite well. So it's been a good day so far, and hopefully it'll continue. That'll be nice.
Definitely. It's definitely good to see you, and can't wait to dive into content with you. But also the man, the other legend, he's actually famous in Crete now. I think they actually are building a statue for him in the National Museum after his visit. It's none other than the Food and Review teddy bear, Chris, aka Grandpapa Mac.
Hi guys, how we doing? I have the Crete weather here with me in Scotland, and it's going to last over the weekend as well, so tremendous. My face is red not because of the sunshine, but because we had a laugh here as usual. To give people an idea of the show, we have to clap so that the sound files go in sync. Is that right, John? I think I've got that technically there, and we always struggle, and it's normally my fault.
Definitely not true. It is you that's always struggled. And I used to think it was because of the internet connection, maybe. But we went into Crete doing the live show. I was sitting with Chris next to me, like literally 1 feet away from me. He could always, he could touch my lap. He actually touched my lap, but that's a different story. And even then, in a live situation where the whole crowd counted with me, he couldn't get it right.
Yeah, that is true. Sorry, guys.
But hey, nevertheless, normally, guys, this is my favorite week of team of the season. It is the Serie A team of the season, the most underused league in FIFA. It's my experiences. Not many people actually watch it during the week. Of course, I very often watch it, so I might have a good idea if this is a fair team of the season. But before we dive into team of the season Serie A, Ingve, there's things happening in the FIFA world. So we start with the red picks and then throw the FIFA point discussion to Chris?
Yeah, we can do that. Started noticing during, streamers showing people opening their rewards and red picks after finishing Weekend League very early, or for champs, of course, both on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, there are some players I'm kind of surprised nobody's got them yet. And it turned out that you couldn't get Mr. Verratti, you couldn't get Sissoko, and you couldn't get Ben Yedder as a red pick. There was a mistake. And finally, the right people at EA was at work, and they checked it, and they confirmed that there had been a mistake, and that the people that had opened their rewards, they will be compensated in the coming days. And in the coming days is a little bit of a wide specter when it comes to EA, because it has been happening before, and then we got the compensation, everything from 2 days to 3 weeks almost. So it can happen at any time, but we don't know when, because EA hasn't said anything official when actually they have sent out the compensation. So, but not yet as of now. So I was hoping before Ligue Team of the Season promo ended that we would get them, but we haven't. So it's probably too late for this weekend as well, but you never know. I'm guessing next week maybe. But it's still cool though. They acknowledge it and they're giving us a compensation, which I think is nice though. even though it took a while. But I'm really happy that they checked them and that they communicated it quite quickly after checking as well. When they said they were going to check, it didn't take too long after that the tweet came out. So a few hours, I think, and I was quite happy with that. So that's good.
That's well, I think it's good they acknowledge it. If they didn't say it, well, we probably wouldn't even be able to know for sure. So that I guess that's definitely good. I do think they are slow on conversation, right? Especially in this time of the year where it's soon that people will go on holidays, take the summer vacations, switch team around because these cards come in really red hot now, right? And then like it will in 3 weeks you get another red pick, maybe, right? Does that make much sense? I don't know if it would matter. Like if I pack Mbappe in 3 weeks, like yeah, cool, 1 more week from a holiday. Now I can finally use the Mbappe. I don't know. Of course, I'm not going to pack him, but it's like it's a little bit. I doubt many people will care, but it's not the first one because we also had the issue with the German language on the packs this week, right? Which they did acknowledge as well, which they did compensate for as well, which they already have compensated, I think, actually, talking about that.
Yeah.
So they were way faster there. So I don't think it should be taken long. I wouldn't want to know where I'm coming from, though. But then again, I agree. Good communication. Let's hope for a good follow-up as well, and then we'll be good. Then, Thursday morning, June 1st, I woke up and people sent me a message. FIFA points has gone up in price. The whole world set on fire. Chris, what's going on?
Well, first of all, I think we need to change Ingve's name there to Harry Hula. He's the new Norwegian detective from FIFA because he's went and I'm right, just pronounced that right, haven't I? I'm chuffing myself there. You know what I mean? Harry Hula. That's Ingve's new nickname, who is the famous Norwegian detective. So EA, just be warned now. We've set Harry Hula on you. He's coming for you. So the next one is the FIFA points as well. I mean, they've put the price up 12.5%. There you go. I'm an accountant. I worked it out, and I get it. I get it from that point of view. Timing probably a bit weird. Would you not think? I don't know,
June
guys.
1st. I mean, new month.
But surely you wait till the game comes out. I mean, we've just seen the guys in Discord are very good at posting that. This has been their best quarter ever. FIFA 23 has already exceeded FIFA 22's earnings, so they're making plenty of money. You've got a customer base that's kind of on fire at the moment, the way they've been treated with FIFA points. You know, we discussed FIFA points a few weeks ago, and the kind of replies that we've had have either been that we are in FIFA's pocket, EA's pocket, or we are too negative. And that's one of the things we've been getting. And I just want to let the listeners know that there's been a right discussion going on between all the hosts on the show. We take this very serious, the FIFA point situation. We don't do this lightly when we discuss them. We're very much aware that there's young kids listening and how FIFA points, for me, it feels like gambling. I know that the British government don't think loot boxes are gambling, but the same feelings you get when you open packs feels like gambling to me. I do gamble now and again, and that's what it feels like. And so we do take this very seriously, and we try and tread a fine line between being critical and also positive for that point of view. So I just wanted the listeners to know that we do take it seriously. From my point of view, 12.5% when you've got a company making loads and loads of money and a customer base that's unhappy with the amount of mistakes they're making and the feeling that we're being driven towards FIFA points. They can't grind players. We did have the 80-plus pick, and the amount of common goals I had in my club was unbelievable. So that just shows you that there hasn't been much actually for people to grind towards. So I get it. Prices are going up. You just need to look at electricity, fuel, everything. I won't go on and bore people. I get it. I just think the timing stinks a little bit.
Ingve, thoughts on this? I think I agree with Chris. I think the timing is a little bit bad. I would understand if EA was in big trouble financially, that they would trying desperately to find a way to make some extra money. But I think it would have been better if they announced the increase before the new game came out, that when the new game is out, we also have to adjust prices like everywhere else in the world because of inflation. Okay, that's fair enough, but not at the end of the cycle of this game. I think that's a little bit wrong now at the moment because it's like in the middle of FIFA points fire sale typical season now. So it's easy and very tempting to just get some points for certain packs and things like that. So I didn't notice that the prices went up actually because I rarely buy any points at all. So I didn't notice until somebody else showed me that, oh, look here. And then I found the article, which EA explained why they did it. So that's...
article, there were like 5 lines.
tiny pitch note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at least there was something official though. But I think time is a little bit off, to be honest. I agree with Chris.
I think like everything gets more and more expensive, including games. I am only unsure how that directly benefits the in-game currency, though. That's my I get games get more expensive to make, salaries rise, and you're gonna make that back somewhere. If I only look at foot coaching expenses, I think all our subscriptions and all our software has been increasing like an average of 10% over the last year as well, and let alone salaries and stuff. So I totally get that you have to tip the skill somewhere, right? If in-game currency is the way to do it, I am not so sure. That feels a little bit wrong for me because they don't need to put extra effort into getting that. It's not like you need more manpower to print out digital FIFA points, right? Well, although you definitely need more manpower to get out a new game, so I get that point. This also means, in my honest opinion, that we can definitely see a 10% price increase on the game itself when it launches. We've seen multiple games coming out in the past months, this year, 23, where the pricings are already higher than we expect from games. And games, it might be a little bit of an outlier where there's been literally a decade without prices actually going up in games. But now it starts to creep up. Like some games are now easily 75 euros, for example, when they come out, where they used to be 60, right? I think the base FIFA game will probably be 70 as well, the normal one. Chris?
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say the game should be cheaper next year because EA don't have to pay FIFA 150 million to use their name. So why don't they take the 150 they're going to give FIFA a year and give it back to the gamers themselves, who's going to stick around? So that would be a nice actual touch for them. Or are they going to just take the 150 million? Let's be honest, they probably will do that, bank it themselves, and now they put FIFA points. So for me, again, how much does the game go up by? I mean, I accept, you pay whatever, and again, it depends if you buy the Ultimate Edition or the Standard Edition, where you are. It's quite decent value if you imagine that game can last you a whole year. You don't actually have to buy FIFA points. You've got the game. There's not really any need to buy any in-game currency. But the game goes up again in this day and age when people are struggling for money, John. Do they really need to put the price of the game up? Would it not be a good touch not to?
Well, I find it hard to discuss that because as a business owner myself, I find there's always things in the background which you can't see. Mm-hmm. And I, for one, am pretty sure, for example, that the esports pricing will go up. So prize money and stuff for esports will definitely go up already as well, because they have now more margin and because they don't have to pay FIFA, and FIFA isn't involved in how the pricing works. So there also been some things do rise in the good direction, if that makes
mm-hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
So I find that hard to comment on it, but I definitely get the feeling about it. I think a 5-letter notice about it isn't very nice. And also what I don't really like, and we had this with your own company as well, sometimes you have to raise the price because everything goes up. If everything goes up 10%, but your margin is 5%, well, you're basically working for nothing, right? So that can't. But at least give people a heads up warning. It can't be that you wake up on Thursday morning and then suddenly see that prices went up and then have to go looking out for where the actual statement was being made. And of course, we have the Norwegian super detective here, which found that really fast. But else, I wouldn't even be knowing it. And honestly, I probably wouldn't even be seeing it if I bought it for the first time until I saw the bank the bank accounts, right? Like what happened here? That's a weird number. And then we'll check in and solve with Verizon. I think the least they should have done is in advance explain that it's coming, why it's coming. Okay, that I guess that's what they've done. Because, well, would it actually be a bad thing stacking up on FIFA points, for example, if you're a business and looking at what's coming up, right? So, but I guess that's also the niche. But I think letting people know in advance is always a good thing. And that's something they definitely didn't do. So I'm feeling it weird if it's in-game currency. I'm finding it weird that they didn't acknowledge it. But I do understand in the economic system we're currently in the flows we're in, that something has to give. But I think there's better ways of doing it. And again, we don't know the pricing of the new game yet. I wouldn't be surprised if that went up 10 or 12% as well.
I mean, look, I get it, John. You know what I mean? As I say, EA, they've got staff who need wage rises, etc. as well. But I just think that the timing, again, could have been a bit better, especially when people are already feeling that they're being forced into FIFA points at this point in the game.
Well, I think the biggest issue is if you do this at a new game, when the new games arrive, right? Then you buy a new game, which is 10% more expensive, let's say. It doesn't have the FIFA name anymore. And the first time you want to load up FIFA points, like, oh, damn, what happened here? Then this probably makes the most sense. Because now people have got like 3 months or 4 months to get used to the new pricings. And if you then throw in a bonus at the new game, say, instead, if you buy the Ultimate Edition or whatever, you get 1,000 FIFA points more than you did last year. I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good value.
Yeah, I get your
business.
John.
Not saying I agree, but it's smart business.
Well, at least they're smart at something then, aren't they? To be fair.
Oh, they're smart for releasing Serie A Team of the Season cards, though. Right, Ingve?
Yes, we have been waiting and expecting this team to come now. So it's the last of the big leagues, I guess. We'll have a new smaller league on Sunday. So that's probably the Portuguese league, if I'm not mistaken. So that's coming as well. We still have the Turkish league going until Sunday, together with the Serie A. So there are some nice cards. There are some objectives, and we got a SBC as well already. And it is a moment's Lukaku, striker, Belgium, playing for Inter Milan. High-low work rates, high attacking, of course. Unique body type, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, left-footed, 6'3", with the unique body type, which is always nice. Comes in around 140,000 coins if you do him from scratch without having any type of fodder in your club. So it's not too bad, actually. I think the price is fair. Can play striker, start center forward as well, with the power header trait. So he can't be made lengthy for people wondering about that. No matter which chemistry you put on him, he's gonna be controlled. So I don't know how that's gonna affect him, but there are some early promising small reviews saying it's really good. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he performs in Foot Champs. We'll know more from people, I guess, doing reviews.
Definitely. We'll probably be seeing him, though.
Yeah, it gives a soft link to the team of the season, Mertens, that plays in the Turkish league now. So if you need a link there,
I faced that card this week. Yeah. Honestly, because he's so small, and I'm not very used to playing against those small players anymore.
Yeah,
I had to zoom in my camera to find out where he was. No, that's of course not true. But it was surprisingly quick, to be honest.
Yeah, it's difficult to stop versus a good player.
Definitely, yeah.
So
what else have we got?
We have some objectives. There is Alessio Romagnoli, the centre back from Lazio. He is unlockable by winning 10 draft matches. So, and according to Chris, you get a free draft token when you log on to your console or PC and start the game. So there's one there. So if you're in a good flow of match and performance, you can get 4 wins at least if you go all the way and win. And then you need to go 2 more drafts probably to get the 10. And the card is 91 rated center back, unique body type, which is nice, medium work rates, 6'1", solid, nothing spectacular. It's probably good to have in Serie A Cup if you want to do that, to get some packs and things from that.
Do we want to do that?
Well, you only need 8 wins to get the team of the season card pack from the Serie A Cup, so that's nice. It helps.
Can I just check in a bit? Am I right in thinking that the Ligue Cup is still ongoing? I completed it, but I think that was like 8 days, wasn't it? And it was late as well. So I don't know if you've completed it, so you probably won't be able to check. But I think that might still be there. So you could be Serie A facing Ligue 1, unfortunately. Or the Sambas.
Yeah, the Ligue Cup is still available. I think that was because it was
Released
put in the
Saturday
game.
night.
Yeah, it was released later.
And
so it's still got 3 days to go.
Which is going to intersect with the Serie A Cup, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, so you might face some Liga teams. So
that's all right. Serie A is better, anyways.
It's going to be interesting. At least you're not going to face the same teams every match. At least, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. I would like to thank the guy who rocked the first night of Ligue 1. He rocked a full Prem team. Congratulations to that guy. Thanks very much for
that. And we got an objectives player. It was a little bit delayed as well, but we got EA to install him to the game as well. Loriente plays for Sassuolo. He's French. He got 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. He is 5'10", high attacking, medium defensive work rates, average body type as well, and doesn't have any special traits worth mentioning. But he can start left wing, right mid, left mid, and right wing. So should be nice for team building nice teams. So
love that though.
Yeah. Lots of good positions. Looks like a solid card, nothing spectacular, but more than usable. Probably very good in the cup. And to do him, you need to score 7 goals using players from the Serie A in squad battles on minimum semi-pro or rivals or for champs. And you need to assist in 4 separate matches, and with minimum 6 Italian players in your squad. So maybe not so sure you're going to do that for champs, maybe in squad battles. And we need to score 5 finesse shots using Italian players, still squad battles on semi-pro, minimum, or rivals, or for champs. And you need to win 8 matches with the minimum 3 Serie A players in your squad. So not too bad at all. It's more than doable, I think. So if you do squad battles, you can also get the red team of the season pick on Sunday with the rewards if you get Elite 3 or higher. So
sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm thinking, when would I actually ever get that red pick? Until I forgot there were red picks in squad panels.
I think that's nice.
Wondering about the Loriente card, eh?
Yeah.
He's got a special card as well, right? A while back.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
That difference is marginal.
He had the Foot Fantasy card that got a few. So he got a few upgrades. It's not. It's not spectacular. These upgrades is mostly +1 and 2 on the important stats, and a little bit higher on the defending, which he doesn't need. So it's maybe not too impressive, the upgrades.
No, that's a slight understatement, though. Yeah, and I was thinking about it because I thought, I've seen this card before, haven't I?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it has to be a promo. No, I definitely know there was a blue card, but all these promo cards are still blue this year. So that made sense. I found it now. But yeah, it's 1.1 difference, or sometimes 2 difference on the card. I mean, this one's free, the other one is 19,000. Yeah, it's If you really want to go at that by the 19,000, honestly. I wouldn't spend 7 matches trying to unlock him and then go into
eight
to the cup.
eight matches.
Oh, eight. Now, then I definitely want to do it.
Well, it's +3 fodder rating if you want to use him as fodder, of course. So, I would have hoped he was a little bit more boosted, but it's a kind of free card though.
He's got a great smile on his dynamic image, but you think he'd smile like that if he knew we were talking about him like he was fodder?
Well, maybe not.
No, definitely not.
But at least, well, that's the content we got. So we got the team as well, which is probably more interesting then, if you look at the stats on those players, because there are some very high value cards still. Prices haven't dropped that much since release, and we have quite a few players worth over $1 million.
Definitely. Chesney, first million worth goalkeeper. Let's start with him.
72k, close enough, John. Close enough. We also have Barea, which is 900k. So he's just below, and there is Martinez is 1 million, Dybala is 2.3, Osimhen is 6.1, Kvaradona is 4.9, Leao is 6.2, Theo Hernandez is 1.25, and we have Rabiot is 1.7 millions. So, and there are lots of players over 500k as well. So, well, not lots, two, sorry, but still, it's not bad. The team looks good though. There are some, I think, cheap beasts type of players. If you can call 290,000 coins cheap, it's the Tonali card. He has a very good card already, of course, from the Winter Wildcards one, which is extremely cheap now because you could unlock him. But this 92 rated Tonali card with some great stats, 4-star skimmer, 4-star weak foot, so medium attacking and high defensive work rates, very good CDM. So I think that's very good value for coins, that card.
Insanely cheap already, I'd say, almost, Chris.
Yeah, I like the look of the Rabiot card. You know what I mean? Rabiot is Rabiot, but you know, he's almost like the French Vieira, isn't he? Really, if you think about it.
Yeah, the French Vieira. Quite close.
Seriously though, that card does look extremely impressive.
Yeah, 6'4".
Just wondering if you get his mom as a manager with him.
She's on the touchline. She's there with Jose Mourinho in the car park. Can someone please come get their granddad? He's been abusive in the street, please. I don't know if anybody's seen the video with Jose Mourinho in the car park. What an embarrassment he was.
Wow, him and the way he made it so just a little bit of a sidestep into real life football. But hey, leave the referee alone definitely after a match. Also, if he flies home on an airplane and then goes to the airport, don't harass him. That's just silly. You lost the final. That happens. Come on, guys. You're better than this.
I mean, to be fair, it was like an EasyJet flight from Glasgow to Benidorm, that one anyway. So if he was Scottish, that would just be normal behaviour on these flights. To be fair, you know, the only thing it was missing was a inflatable alligator and some beach balls getting bounced about the plane. But less about that, maybe the better. I like the Rabiot card. 6'4". Always mention this. I mean, I think I'm sizist, to be honest with you. 6'4". He was 2.5 million when we started the show. He's now down to 1.7. So if you're thinking of buying him, I would maybe hold off a little bit, to be fair. But French, ideal nation. Perfect for Lincoln as well. You know, when you consider what the Patrick Vieira card, I think I paid 3 million for that Trophy Titans one. You get him and Patrick in the same midfield. That is an absolute wall. So I like the look of that card as well. You know, there is the big ones. You know, we've talked about, the Georgian. I won't tell his full name. What do we call him again, Ingve? Just so I get it right.
Kvaradona.
You know what I mean? I know Napoli absolutely love him, and he's had a great season. Cheap as well at the start of the season. I think a lot of teams were looking at him, and Napoli took the chance. So congratulations to them, and it's worked out with them winning the Scudetto. I mean, Osimhen, 97, 6.2 million, and he is 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. I mean, that again just looks like it'll be a dynamite card. The only thing about those is linking them in, I think could be the problem. I don't know how,
I
Or
want
does
to
chem
talk
not?
about that for a sec.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, John. Does chem matter to these cards?
Okay, so this week has been all about. I saw a lot of posts, people asking if there's one thing you would change, would it also be the chemistry style in the new FIFA? Like, no, I quite like the new chemistry style. Like, it's already not new anymore, but I quite like it. Cards like this is exactly why I love this new chemistry style. This card's base stats: 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, 99 finishing, 98 shot power, 98 positioning, 99 jumping, 99 reactions. Basically, everything's 99 or something like this, right? Ingve is nothing. I think he spotted a 94 rating. So, okay, there's something, I don't know, something dribbling's 94. In the old chemistry system, when you put this one in and you didn't build a team around him, right, this would get negative stats. In this system, he can only get boosted. But on zero chemistry, this card still is 99 on everything. Who cares? What would you boost on these cards, right? I play the Kimmich card on zero chem in my midfield because he's playing better than most of the midfielders I can actually get, even when I would boost him. This card, if you pack him, please just put him in your team. There are so few strikers that have 5-star, 4-star, that I have this amount of speed, with this amount of composure, with this amount of shooting, with such a... He's got a high and average, Ingve, is that right?
Body type is high and average plus.
Yeah. He's got a weird build for his size as well, if that makes sense. It's a really unique card. Cards like Osimhen, cards like Ravadonna, I don't even know how you call the card.
Quaradonna.
Kvaratskhelia. I just want to get this right. Even on zero chem, please just don't undervalue them. Just put them in your team. It doesn't matter, right? These are exactly the cards why this new chemistry style is so awesome. You get one in your red picks, you get one from a pack, you just slam them in. I still use Mbappe on zero or one chem, I think. It doesn't matter. And I would feel bad for people leaving Osimhen of the layout cards out of their teams just because they can't boost them any higher than they already are, right?
I mean, I was going to ask John. We were saying, is he the Nigerian Mbappe? But he's actually more like Nigerian Michael Jordan. He's got 99 jumping with 99 heading accuracy. So,
but he's got 95 physique as well.
Yeah,
just
so he looks.
Put that out there. So
he's going to be a monster in the box. You know what I mean? If you get the ball in, you can whip it in. If you're good at crossing, so yeah, take that, because when you tie that in, then with the, as you said, with the Ligue card, which is 97 rated, he is 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I mean, that just looks like a monster card as well. So you can, if you pair those three guys up, that is some forward line that you've got.
Well, it's also 13 million front line, so it's not that cheap, right?
I think a lot of people will be put off by the league and also the countries that these guys are from. So you may find that this might start to drop, and get the hype out of the way. As I say, the Rabiot card has dropped a fair bit since we've come on.
But he actually has the decent link, so they will all drop from when we are recording this. I definitely agree on that. Mm-hmm. But I just want to go back to the Osimhen card for just 1 tiny second, because he also has 99 heading accuracy with that 99 jumping and his 97 strength. Guys, this card, if you pack him, please. I'm so glad this card didn't came out before the FIFA season officially ended, because this card will be everywhere. This is one of those cards which I'm not very and it's even from the wrong club for me, right? So I'm never actually that excited. But this is one of those cards where I would love to get my hands on and just slam him at him. My Benzema would go out in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even consider it.
No, it's a club legend.
In the right hands, he will be very scary to face.
Yeah, definitely will. So almost a reason for me to play Weekly League.
I think there's a strange thing about this team, and we spoke about it before we came on, is the Napoli cards. There's 3, isn't there? There's the guys we've talked about, and Di Lorenzo, who is the right back as well. There is 4 from AC Milan. And then, John, I'll let you talk about the Juve players. I think there's 4 or 5 from there, which is a bit strange when they consider how much Napoli won the Scudetto with. I mean, they absolutely romped that league and the way they've played as well. I mean, and I accept, okay, there's May, who's the centre-back, but that's a re-release there. That's a, you know what I mean? It just seems a bit strange that some of the players, the Polish guy who plays, he's had quite a good season, hasn't he? For Napoli as well. You know, there's some good players there that look like they've missed out. We may see them this week, actually, though, as SBCs. That's the only thing I could probably think might be the thing.
I want to ask you, is this so strange? So I agree on you there, but I remember week 1, team of the season, Ingve and myself opening up the Eredivisie squad and saying, hey, what happened to, I don't know, the league winners Feyenoord and number 3 in the league Ajax? What's going on here? Where we have Bergwijn, we had Tadic, we have Kudos getting cards. And from Feyenoord, we had Kukcu and Geertruida, I think. And later we got Kokcu in, of Hanchko in an objective. And because I think I wasn't the only one complaining, they tossed in Bailo as an SPC player later on in the week, right? This is exactly the same thing. Ajax is a partner team with EA Sports. Milan is a partner team with EA Sports. Juventus is a partner team with EA Sports. Are these players, have they performed well this year? Yeah, actually they have. I think if I go on the list for Serie A, I can see if they could get a player in record. It's fair, right? Mm-hmm. Although Leao definitely should be in. Hernandez, he's got a decent season, I guess, but not like necessarily needs to have a card there. But Bremer, with all due respect, I love it. It's from my club. I shouldn't be there. Rabio, okay. Di Maria, good matches, but all over the place mainly. Quadrado, yeah, I can definitely see that as well. So it's like a bit of a combination. I think these are the teams which like, okay, there are some players we can't get underneath, we can't get rid of, or we need to put in, like in Eredivisie, Geertruida and Kukcu. This card, this is of course a Krafas Maradona card thingy, and probably Osimhen. And the rest is like, we know the cards that sell packs like Dybala does, right? Even if they haven't. Dybala has a pretty decent season. But for example, like, is it fair? No, not really. But they know as much as anyone that the Tomori card will always be bought after starting the season where everyone uses gold cards. So, Ingve, any other thoughts on that?
No, I agree. Of course, there are some cards that, well, some of them have already had lots of cards because of performance, so I can understand. Like Leao, he's done quite well this season with
he's been really, really good.
Yeah,
I'm saying as another Milan fan, but
with the 2 Player of the Month cards as well. So and a Man of the Match card from the Champions League. So that's I think that's deserved. That it's very high rated, but maybe 97 is a little bit higher than I would have given him, because he has a 91 rated card as the second highest, the World Cup Venoms card, and then suddenly gets a 97 rated card. I think that's, I would think that 95 would be pretty good as well. But of course, it's a high player. But I think a few Premier League players will feel a little bit let down when you see those stats on these guys. And
I just wonder if he's a Portuguese CR7 now. You know, I wonder if that's what it is, because CR7's no longer in the game. You know, you've got this Portuguese link there.
Yeah, well, he's honestly. Cristiano is still in the game, though. In the Saudi League, he got a Team of the Season Moments cards as well. So, but
I think this card. These are the young guns, aren't they? These are young guns. Yeah, these are guys that we're going to see on the cover of the game going forward. Rafael, I mean, he is a tremendous player.
If he goes to another league, definitely. But I've seen a lot of Serie A. I almost see everything Serie A, right? Leao has been really, really impressive, and you can see the sheer joy he has, but also the sheer talent that guy has. This is one of those players, I want to say cards for one of those players. And 2 years now he plays in Premier League somewhere. He plays, I don't know, plays at City in front, and everyone like, Oh yeah, Leo has been top of the league, wins Champions League stuff. This is one of those extreme talents. I think people from Milan have seen it already. And with Kvaratskhelia, with
Kvaradona. Yeah.
Kvaradona, he's got a great season, but I'm not sure if he can hold on. Right, you have to see it on a bigger stage. I don't doubt that for a second. So we'll see the ratings there, but I think one of those generational talents, in my honest opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but then again, I'm just a football analyst. So.
No, but I think that's what that's the beauty of this. I think what's happened is we've thought the same. Prem, I think, has been a disappointment. I think
that's been great. It's just been the first, so that's always the issue, right?
But the pack weight of Ligue was terrible. To be honest with you, I think we all struggled with that. The pack weight, there was none of the big cards really came out.
Santander as well. I struggled with packing anything.
There wasn't much come out there. So I think they've done this thing with the Bundes. I think this is what it feels like to me. This is the Bundesliga equivalent. That they've thought this is a league that there's not going to be many people that are interested in, and these cards are really good. The front three, look really great cards. The Barella card. We've now talked about Lautaro Martinez as well, who's he's 4-4, but he's small, strong player as well, which will be a good card to pack. Yeah. I think this is the one we thought, to the end of the cycle, Serie A, I'm not that interested in it, but these cards are pretty juiced.
Well, the total worth of the squad is 26 million, which, if you look at Ligue, and that's a little bit more, but because of 3 exceptional cards in there, right? So this shows the overall strength of this team. Because there are no, honestly, bad cards in this team. Right, I think the worst you can probably get is Smalling, which still looks really good, or maybe Di Lorenzo.
No.
I wouldn't mind
the right winger is very generic.
Fetza?
Yeah, it's 29k. Forza Gamer, Forza Week with standard, typical.
Don't necessarily agree, and because of this reason, because Brazil is really easy to link.
Yeah,
you can boost this card pretty hard, because I know that it says like finishing or shooting 86, right? But his positioning is 99, his finishing is 93, but his factor long shots are just, or the shot power is just really low.
The composure is low.
Composure is low.
Me and 80 composure is never a good combination.
No, that is definitely true. Then again, this would be probably the reason why I not play weekly, because I will get this one for sure.
It's good if you want to build a decent team for cheap coins, and of course this is perfect for that.
But he's the only one, right? He's the exception to this rule, because it's him 30k. It's
him and him. Those two. Those are the ones that people pretty much don't want to get. I guess the rest is gonna be good to use. Pretty much.
But no goalkeeper has been expensive this year. Like after Courtois, team of the year.
No.
All special goalkeepers after that just went downhill very soon. Usually don't end up more than 50k.
It's the icon ones that are expensive, I think, because I'm gonna sound like a broken record, because the icons get upgraded reactions.
Yes. That is true. I mean,
I was just going to mention as well is that the cups, the Serie A cups on, and I've loved the cups. I just want to say that if you did the Ronaldo card, I mean, I think it's still a great card, 91 rated, for what he's got, the stats he's got. I think it'll be really good. You've got the Iconi card that's out at the moment. Chance to get upgraded. Fiorentina play West Ham. I think it's on Wednesday. And to be fair to EA, the Montiel, is it right in saying that, Ingve? He got upgraded almost the very next day. Scored the winning penalty. Controversy there.
A few hours later.
Yep, got upgraded. And then there is the Salernitana striker Dia, if I've said his name properly. He's an 89 rated striker for 25k. So if you're thinking of doing the Serie A Cup, and I would advise everybody to do it, it's a good fun mode as well. There's some players you can pick up relatively cheap, and you'll make a fairly decent Serie A team.
Yeah, instead of using goal players, which is nice. There is one thing I would like to mention, though, about the Serie A team. I think EA kind of missed a little bit of a fun chance here. I see the Theo Hernandez. He has a pink hair on the dynamics. It would be awesome if the card had... no, he should have had that. That card should have pink hair in-game. That would be so awesome. just to make it unique and special. I think we said the same about the Mbappe card that had blue hair on the dynamic, and he didn't have it on in game. But this one, I think EA could maybe get some pink hair on Nandes if they wanted. But I don't know if they need to talk to him first or something. But that would be awesome.
It's going to cost FIFA points to upgrade that card on
the
model. Talking about FIFA points, though, Chris, we spoke about everything getting more expensive over the FIFA points, everything. We wanted to make, so we needed to find a way to make a little bit good for that. So what have we done?
Well, first of all, you get this content for free, you lucky people. You get us guys as well. We don't charge you for it. So do us a favour. If you can support us, we would love you to join our Patreon. The Patreon's been on fire this week. Go to patreon.com, foot review, loads of different tiers there. And if you think the show actually needs, we change, there's certain tier levels that you come on, you get on the show, and you can be part of this fun nights that we have, and learn how to clap as well. For those people that want to do that. If you can't, and we realise that times are hard, John has taken 20% off our merchandise at footreview.com /merchandise for 4 days. So when you hear this is Friday, the 2nd of June. For the next 4 days, you're getting 20% off. We're all rocking the merch. John's got our tops on, and I can honestly say that the trucker caps that I've got, I love them. I've got 3 of them, and Ingve's got the trucker cap on as well. So if you want to look as smart as us, go to footreview.com /merchandise, and you'll get 20% off there. So you lucky people, dive in.
Don't all go diving in, because I almost have to put in money in there to make it so. But if you want to buy one cap or something, just go ahead now.
And again, please, as well as leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening to. It makes a huge help for us for our visibility as well.
It definitely does. You can just do that on every single app, Spotify, Apple, doesn't matter. Also, we are on YouTube. If you want to check out our fully edited video podcast format, where apparently I switch camera stances every single way, and I'm not sure why that still happens, but we'll check that out later. Then check it out. It's on Foot Coaching or youtube.com /Foot Coaching currently. But if you go to the website, our podcast website, which is footinreview.com, you find everything. All our episodes, all our video shows, all our audio shows. We find our perfectly new added blog by Cow in edit time. You reach back your own reviews. The merchandise is there. And hey, surprise, surprise, I am proud to announce that shortly we'll be having some guests on again. And the first guest I am proudly going to be able to introduce, but we are looking at the new date for that, is, of course, James Toland, 77. He's coming back on the show very shortly. Expect him within, 1 or 2 weeks at it. And next week, part of Foot Coaching, all the way from Poland, Artyom will make his podcast debut. And people who met him in Crete or already have coaching from him or read his amazing tactics know who he is. But also I'll let it up for him to introduce himself next week on the show as well. Ingve, is there something you would like to add?
No, I think we covered everything. People want people to have fun and hope they get something nice from their either they do weekend league or not, or open packs. Do the SPCs. I hope you get something you want and something that will make the game fun.
That sounds good. Chris, anything you want to add, my friend?
Yeah, I think we have to mention it so that we don't get called EA's pocket. This is the number one independent FIFA podcast out there. You're listening to it just right now. Is the Champions Plus qualifiers objective that came out on the Tuesday. For those guys, it was 10 wins in the playoffs, which is great for guys like me who struggle to get 6, but you can speed rush them. But I just think the timing again sucked for that by EA. This was done on Tuesday. I was still actually playing Weekend League at that point because I'd like to extend mine over. And so it was lucky for me. But there's guys in the Discord had finished their Weekend League at the weekend and had already done their playoffs to get the packs. And then EA on a Tuesday decide what we're going to do is we're going to bring out this special bonus objective for you. And again, EA, I'm sorry, you've got the timing all wrong. You know, please think of your customer base next time.
I got the timing right on the FIFA point increase, though.
Kind of.
Don't go there. Don't
Not.
go there. I'll leave it there.
Not.
You know what? In a situation like this, what is the best thing for us to do? It's for us to drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
F U. F F F U.